Hey everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I have a new mic set up. I have a new camera set up and making sure I got all the bugs out of the system before I start jumping into all of the things that I want to talk about tonight. Um Everybody says all good. Well, hey everybody. My name is Brad. Thank you for coming to the biannual live stream. This is the spring stream. Generally, in the wintertime, I'm only able to post videos every other Friday, whereas in the summertime, I post every single Friday. And this is kind of the jumping off point where I'll be able to post videos every single Friday once again. That being said, I've been posting videos every Friday for about the last 2 months because I've had the opportunity to do a lot more metal detecting than I usually do by going to France and going to North Carolina. But this is kind of the official summertime here in Vermont, summer schedule. And I'm excited about some of the videos I have coming up. So if folks are watching this live stream later, maybe watching on their TV, there is a live chat over here at the side that I'm going to be staring at and interacting with and talking to folks. So that's what my constant view over here is all about. Chris is not here, unfortunately, but he is in the chat. Uncle Ninja Rates, he's a moderator here tonight, so everybody can say hi to him. And before the stream even started, Brian Adams sent a $20 super chat to kick off the stream. So thank you again for doing that. Very much appreciated. So yeah, as everybody can probably see, I'm all by myself tonight. Chris just got back from a long trip, so he's home with his family. And Eddie was going to come until this morning. He told me he has to work. Somebody called out, so he is working right now. So he might swing by on his phone, and he'll be able to interact in the chat as well. But all by my lonesome tonight. And it's unfortunate because tonight I'm hoping maybe the channel will hit 100,000 subscribers, which seems unbelievable. I went metal detecting for the very first time 8 years ago, and I posted my first video on YouTube 7 years ago. And here we are 7 years later. I'm going to periodically be checking on my phone. We are 21 subscribers away from 100,000. So I'm just going to check every once in a while. And when we get there, I'll flip out and thank everybody profusely. So thank you everybody for coming. There's nearly 300 people in here to listen to me talk, but I'm going to give some stuff away, and I just want to give some updates about what has been going on and what will be going on, and just thank everybody for swinging by. 100,000 subscribers. Nuts. So I'm seeing a lot of questions, both on my other social media as well as in the chat right now, about the gold nugget. What is up with the gold nugget? So I'll kind of tell the story from the beginning. Let's see the gold nugget. Here it is. Here, I'll take it out. Kevin says we want to know about the nugget. I cover my face here. Yeah, so this is well, I'll start from the beginning. It's insane is what it is. So I went metal detecting yesterday, and it actually got off to a pretty poor start. I was going to Smokey Joe asked what state. I'll get to all of that. So I went to a very unremarkable place. It was just a very standard kind of late 1800s, middle of the 1800s home foundation, old stone foundation in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the mountains, the places that I always go. And in fact, I've actually been here before. And I got there. It was a little bit of a hike. I got there and I realized I forgot my pinpointer. So I had to walk all the way back to my car, retrieve my pinpointer, started hiking back up, did some metal detecting. And then kind of the nature of this place is I spent a lot of time around the foundations already. So I was kind of focusing on the surrounding fields and the road itself. And I got there around 9 and I didn't really find much of anything to film by noon. And then I started finding a couple things, a couple Indian head pennies, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I'll metal detect the road." I don't think I've metal detected the road before, and it was a little bit of an incline, and right down at the bottom of the road, in the middle of the road, I found this thing, and I dug it out, and I thought, it's a dirt road, it's in the mountains. I had found pieces of dirt bike, like the brake handle of a dirt bike, and so I popped this thing out, and I was like, oh, it's like really shiny. Like, is this like a weird anodized aluminum? Like, what is this? I picked it up and it was extremely heavy. And by the way, this was in the bottom half of Vermont somewhere, not in a place that's known for gold whatsoever. So I found this and I was like, I didn't think this was a gold nugget. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was modern melted trash. And I start kind of rubbing it off. Um, and it started to kind of it was really heavy and it started to kind of click with me that this looks like a gold nugget. um and so I got the camera out and I'm talking to the camera and I'm kind of wiping it off, and it rang a fairly high number on the XP, on the Deus II. It was like an 80 something, which I wouldn't think gold would ring that high, but it's a pretty large piece. It's 15 grams. And so I kind of frantically start texting my friends that are kind of gold prospectors in Vermont, and they're all like, "That's a gold nugget. I mean, that's looks like a gold nugget. It's the color. If you said it's heavy, it seems like it's a gold nugget." Um, and I was in disbelief all day. I kept on referencing it while I was finding other things. And I was thinking to myself, like, if this thing isn't gold, this video is going to be trash because I keep talking about this gold nugget and it's like a piece of aluminum or something, right? So I get home, and so the rest of the day I found some really pretty cool stuff. Some really cool relics. I found a seated dime. Um, but then I get home and I'm texting some more kind of my gold buddies, and they're ask me questions about it, like kind of more specifically where I found it. And they're like, yeah, yeah, I think I might have heard of somebody else finding a gold nugget around there, kind of in a weird circumstance. And um, our friend Kendall, just over, he might be in Vermont, but they do a lot of metal detecting over in New Hampshire. He had found a gold nugget that it was in a very similar circumstance, not looking for gold. I think he found it in a field or something. So it definitely happens, which made me feel better. But it wasn't until today, this afternoon, I went to a jeweler, and he it's kind of a funny story that he was an old timer, and he had like the jeweler's glasses on. He was like making something when I walked in. And I was like, yeah, hey, I have this piece of gold. I was hoping to find out its purity, what carat it is. And honestly, I'm not even sure if it is gold. And he took it and he looked at it, and he took a file and he went, and I was like, oh no, what are you doing? And he's like, sounds like gold. Okay. But then he went over and he had like a fancy suitcase he opened up with like something that was electronic in it, and he was doing something to it. And he confirmed that it was in fact gold. Um, he didn't tell me the exact carat, but he said it was over 22. Um, so it's, pretty pure 15-ounce gold nugget randomly in a dirt road in Vermont. So anyway, that's my gold nugget story. There's going to be a video, of course, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in the video. But Jeremy Power sent $4.99 super chat. What's up, Brad? Your music is awesome, by the way. How did you produce the GMMD music? Did you play all the instruments? You've got some bangers. Need need you on iTunes. Thank you, Jeremy. And Glenn sent $5 as well. Thank you. Did I say 15 ounce? I didn't mean 15 ounce, 15 gram. Not even 1 ounce. Everybody's saying 15 ounce, 15 grams, 15 ounces I'd retire. Yeah, so I produce all my music. I play all the instruments. I mean, a lot of the instruments are electronic, like a lot of the drums are not real, but I play everything else, cello and the guitars and all that stuff. I'm glad you enjoy it. This is a little recording studio that I'm in down here, and I use it as much as I can to make the GMMD music. Scott says, what came first, the cello or guitar? Definitely the guitar. I am not a cellist. I just happened to find one at an antique shop for like $50, so I bought it, and I do my best. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations on the gold nugget. It's one of those things I kind of feel bad a little bit because there's guys in southern Vermont that like are gold guys. They look for gold. It's like their hobby, and I just found. I spoke to my old, I guess, a geology teacher from high school, and he thought maybe it was one of the biggest found in this area that I just found by accident. But I'm happy to. Smokey Joe sent $10. Thanks, Smokey Joe. Everybody, I really appreciate all of these super chats. It's very, very generous. I'm going to check my subscriber count really quick. 99,994. 6 subscribers to go before I hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you. It's hard to imagine 100,000 people clicking on the subscribe button for my videos. But I appreciate it. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff I kind of want to talk about. I kind of wish the guys were here with me, Eddie and Chris, but I can do it on my own if I have to. Oop, 99,997. 3 people to go before I hit 100,000 subscribers. This is getting derailed. I hit it. 100,000. Thank you, everybody. Man, I can't believe that happened on a live stream. What are the odds after 7 years of making videos that would happen as I'm talking live on the YouTube channel? Crazy. It's funny. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations in the chat. I really appreciate it. It felt like the channel, the video, it was not necessarily dying, but it wasn't growing anymore for the last maybe year and a half. I was sometimes losing subscribers every day, and people are sending me super chats. Thank you, RPG Gargoyles, $10, Mark Thomas, $2. Congrats, thank you. But then I posted this video 2 weeks ago of just going to a local reservoir, and it took off, and I gained like 4,000 subscribers in like a week, and here we are, 100,000. One of these days I'll figure out the YouTube algorithm, but I haven't yet. Jeremy Powers, $1.99. Put on the fingerless gloves. It's a celebration. Thank you, Jeremy. Tall tile guy, $10. Brad, you rock. I have family in Vermont. Be seeing you soon. Thank you, everybody. Man, 100,000. I don't even know what to say. This is, like I said, I've been making videos for 7 years. I should have something prepared to say, but I don't. I really appreciate everybody coming and enjoying the videos, and I'm glad that you all enjoyed them enough to hit the subscribe button. It's wild. 100,000. And Paul Fabian says, let's give Chill Bill some love as well. Let's give Chill Bill some love. When you get a chance, M.A. Lyman, $2. Huge congrats, Brad. Thank you. When you get a chance, head on over to Chill Bill's channel and give him some love, some likes and subscribes. Chill Bill was, let's talk about France for a minute. France was a crazy experience for me. I'm going to tell the whole story, as crazy as it is. I got this email from Chill Bill, and I was aware of him from Aqua Chigger's videos and Nugget Noggin's videos from years past. And I'd seen his videos, and he sent me an email, and he's like, it was 2020. And he's like, Brad, you should come to France. I would love to. But I don't think that they're letting Americans come right now. Like, and it seems so unbelievable to me. I was like, maybe next year, and then a year later, he emails me again and he says, Brad, you should come to France. And I was like, I would love to, but I don't know the first thing about international travel. I've never been across that ocean before. I wouldn't know where to start, from what airport to fly into, to renting a car, to passports, all this stuff. And Chill Bill was like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. You're coming in January. You'll stay with me. I'll drive you around everywhere. I'll feed you. I'll bring you metal detecting for a week. And that's what happened. It was all Chill Bill. And Chill Bill is top 5 smartest dudes I've ever sat down and talked to. And we did a lot of sitting down and talking. And I enjoyed every moment of it. Incredibly generous, incredibly well educated, and a wealth of knowledge. He was an awesome dude. And we're trying to make plans to do something like that again somewhere else sometime soon. So I'm not going to talk too much about that because there's lots of plans floating around. Nothing is set in stone yet, but can't say enough good things about Chill Bill, the person and the videos. So do me a favor and do him a favor and go check out his videos if you haven't already. Bob says, when is Chill Bill coming to Vermont? I don't know. I feel like, Dandy Buttons and Large Sense wouldn't really blow his hair back, but maybe we'll have to wait and see. Maybe if I can find the source of these gold nuggets, he'd be interested. So France was wild. It was wild. Finding things from Roman times. Come on. It was hard to fathom. Laura Garrison sent $9.99. Thank you, everybody. Did I miss any? I hope not. I've been kind of off my own head here. No, I don't think I missed any. $9.99. Rich Van Winkle sent $5. Hope we can dig together, man. Always loved your channel. Thank you. I have a pretty open policy where if you invite me somewhere, I will do my best to get there. I kind of, the whole basis behind this channel is beginning to go metal detecting different places, and I will jump on that chance as much as I can. Oh man, 100,000, and it just keeps going up. Thank you, everybody. Eddie says, when are you coming to New Jersey? I was actually supposed to come to New Jersey at the end of the month. I was invited to this wonderful organized thing with a local museum down there. And there's I think Quarter Hoarder was going to be there. But my schedule got rearranged at the last minute and I couldn't go. But, something like that happens again, I'll be there to harm me. Like I said, invite me. Send me an email, greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com, and make it happen. Smokin' Louie said 420. Did Chill Bill retire? I can't speak on behalf of Chill Bill and what his thoughts are and what his plans are for his YouTube channel. What I can say is that, we've been discussing plans in the future, so it certainly seems like there will be more. I think that he made himself pretty clear in the videos that he posted about it. He said that he does have plans to continue making videos in the future. I think that was the gist of what he was saying. But as I was mentioning earlier, it kind of seemed like my channel kind of stopped growing until spontaneously YouTube's algorithm just grabbed one of my last videos and threw it out to the masses, and it got like over 300,000 views in a week. Like, I have no idea how or why that happens. I don't know if anybody does. But I feel like a lot of creators at this level have been feeling a little bit disappointed. Not disappointed, just it's hard. It's hard when you create things that you're really, really proud of, and then not as many people see it as you hope. And I think that maybe is where I was maybe this last year and a half, and that's kind of how Chill Bill is feeling right now. So go give him some love and get him out of the slump. Dan asks, have you ever thought of coming out to the Southwest? Do you folks remember Mike? He's going to be so excited I'm talking about him right now. Mike was in a bunch of videos, I don't know, 3 years ago. He was in the video where I found my little gold coin. He's in Utah, and he's been trying to get me to go out there for a while now. He was in Arizona. I think now he's in Utah somewhere. But he's like, this gold nugget, he's like, you should sell that and fund a trip out here to Utah, find some treasure. So I don't know, maybe I will. And Chris is from New Mexico, so that'd be an easy trip for him. He knows folks down there we could stay with, so maybe we'll go to New Mexico. We'll see. I'm actually kind of in this weird state of mind right now where I went to France and I made 6 videos finding things from Roman times and hammered silver and crazy stuff, and a video I filmed down at the drained reservoir, 20 minutes from my house, got like 10 times more views. And it's like, man, maybe I should just do that more. But no, it's all about the experience, and getting to do that stuff is incredible. So doing more traveling is definitely on my agenda. Fellow Vermonters, are there any other Vermonters in the chat? I know I saw some earlier. Where did I just see this? Dale, are you still making leather bags and other items? I am. I'm still making lots of stuff, and it's all available on my website, and I'm going to be giving some of that away later tonight. I've already been talking for almost a half an hour. That doesn't seem possible. So maybe I'll give something away. Yeah, let's give something away. So if you folks are kind of new to these live streams, if you're new to the channel, I just got like 4,000 new subscribers in the last 2 weeks. So if you're new to this channel, during these live streams, I do these little trivia questions. And if you are the first person that I see to answer it correctly, then you win something. And we're going to kind of go in progressive order of the prizes tonight, because it is such a, it's an important, crazy time right now, because I just hit 100,000 subscribers. So we're going to start with the smallest prize first. People are already guessing banana. I see you, Jimmy. So the first prize is going to be just your choice of a piece of merchandise off of the Teespring website. It could be a hoodie, it could be a t-shirt, it could be a water bottle and the logo of your choice on the shirt, or whatever it is you choose. And I got to remember where I put my questions. And we're going to start from the easiest questions, the hardest questions, as you would. Okay. Thank you. Everybody's congratulating me on the 100,000. Okay. Here's the question. I'm gonna ask it, and the chat is like 10 seconds behind, and I'm gonna just stare at the chat, and the first person who answers correctly, I'm gonna call out and write your name down. I always enjoy seeing the guesses that people put in before I answer or ask the question. All right. So this was in a vlog. So, if you avoid watching those, which a lot of people do, which is fine, you might not know the answer to this one. Kong? Okay. So in France, Chill Bill and I purchased something out of a vending machine, which he promptly stuck in his armpit. And then we ate later. What was it? Aaron said bread, but you won last time, Aaron. So we're going to go with the next person, who is Glenn Olson, who says baguette, which is technically more correct. And on my chat, Rich says green beans. Aaron said bread, and then Glenn Olson said baguette, which is the correct answer, a baguette vending machine. Sorry, Aaron. Close. Yeah, so if I might be remembering this wrong, France was a bit of a blur, but Chill Bill was saying that every town needs a church, and it needs a bread salesman. They probably have a better name than that, bread salesman. But this little town that he lives in just has a church. So in order to, follow the rules, there's a baguette vending machine, which is typically it's usually a guy in a building or girl in a building selling bakery. Thank you. But there's no bakery in this little town, so they have a baguette vending machine instead to kind of, follow the law. And it was good. It was fresh, and we ate baguettes with like almost every meal, I think. It was very French. It was wonderful. Yeah, so Glenn, email me, greenmountainmountaintexting@gmail.com, and we will get you something from the Teespring, a shirt or a hoodie or whatever it is you choose from there. Go shopping. Find something you like and tell me the color and the logo and all that stuff. You carry it under your arm, Donna says. I mean, I guess so. How else would you carry it? Yeah. And again, about France, I could talk for days about my France trip. Chill Bill and his wonderful wife, Zoya, fed me. And I'm not sure if they were just picking on me because I'm an American, or if they really eat this stuff every night. But we had some horse and wild boar and blood sausage. It's not all in one night, of course. It was kind of spread out. I think we had rabbit and venison, and it was crazy. It was all good, and like I said, it was amazing. It was all great. I'd never imagined I'd be eating horse, but I definitely did, and it was delicious. And we went to a market, and the line to these types of foods was like long. It wasn't just, everybody ate that stuff, I guess. Smokey Joe asks, did I like the blood sausage? I didn't really. No. But I ate one like a trooper. Yeah, no, it was wonderful. Will Brown says, I've actually contacted you via your website. I still would like you to come dig on my land. Let's do it. If I misplaced that email, send another one, please. Somebody said switch to live chat. Okay. Is that better? Faster? Jake asks, is it really bloody? Blood sausage? Whose blood is in the sausage? Well, if you don't know, it was blood and it was like a meal of some kind, like a barley or some other grain of some kind. And it was a texture thing that bothered me. The taste was fine. It was just like a weird mouthfeel. Anyway. Congratulations on your 100K. Thank you. Made with pig's blood with oatmeal. There you go, Andrew says. That sounds about right. All right, what else did I want to talk about? So, Jeremy Power sent $1.99. Deus II. Do you love it? Pros, cons, learning curve. Yeah, let's talk about the Deus II. I got the Deus II. While I talk, folks, I have a hard time staring at the chat and reading at the same time, so I'm just going to ignore it for one moment. Keep talking amongst yourselves. The Deus II, I received it in December, and I got to try it. I got to use it one time in Vermont before we got snow, and then I couldn't use it again until January. I used it all 4 days. All 4 days I got to detect in France. Still learning it. I actually brought the Deus I just in case. Brand new machine. Who knows what could go wrong? So, but it did great. I used it all 4 days, and then we came home and it was snow. Went down to North Carolina for 2 days. Used it there, and then now I'm kind of starting to use it a lot, like every week or twice a week now. So now I can actually have a good comment on how I like it. What I love about it, it's waterproof. I actually killed a Deus I remote because I got caught out in the rain, and I was like, oh, I'll just push all my stuff up into this hollow tree. All my stuff that, like isn't waterproof, like my camera and the Deus I remote and all that stuff. I stuck it up in a hollow tree, and I just kind of stood there for 20 minutes until it stopped raining. And I pulled all the stuff out, and there was water coming down in the tree, and all of my stuff was soaked. And I had killed one of my Deus I remotes. So the Deus II is waterproof. The remote is waterproof, which I'm probably not going to do any diving with it, but just so that I don't have to worry about putting it in a waterproof bag or anything when it rains is great. Little things coming from the Deus I. The headphones turn on automatically when you turn on the Deus II remote. Great. Obviously, it has multi-frequency, which has been wonderful. I actually used to have 2 programs on my Deus I, one with low frequency, one with high frequency, depending on what I'm looking for. And with this, it's like, it's simultaneous. So I don't have to switch between anything anymore. I mean, it's like a computer, in a metal detector. It's like super smart, and there's infinite settings to change, which can be a little bit daunting at times. But once you kind of figure out what all the menus do and what all the settings and stuff do, it's really not that complicated. But you can really set it to however you want. So I've been enjoying it. I will say that with a Deus I, I would keep it here in a little thing on my backpack, and I would just never have to look at it. And I think just because I am still so new with it, I have been using it on the stem and like looking at the XY and the numbers and everything just to kind of get a better idea of what it might be. But I've been enjoying it very much so. Tony Lopez, $4.99. What do you recommend for a Colonial relics guide? Something to reference things you dig up to identify them. I'm digging in Massachusetts. Thanks. That's tough. I don't know if there's any like really comprehensive. Thank you for the $4.99, by the way. Comprehensive guide. I have, if you go to my website, which is gmmd.us, I have a recommended gear section. And in that, I have a bunch of literature that I own and can recommend. There's nothing really in there that's like you know, as you say, like a guide that just has pictures of stuff and it explains what they are. But there's a couple books on there that kind of talk about colonial life and professions and the tools of the trade. And those have been really valuable to me to help identify things. And there's a whole list of those books in there. But honestly, what I do is I just have kind of a small circle of folks that know way more than I do, and I just send them pictures. I'm like, "Hey, what is this?" And, Facebook is, for all its faults, a great resource for connecting with people that are also interested in the same facet of metal detecting colonial America, and they can help you out with stuff like that. Or email me. I'm always happy to chat with people about that stuff. Um, so yes, Days 2, loving it. France, what an adventure. Um, Thank you again, everybody, for 100,000 subscribers. Aaron says the Virginia Guide to Colonial America is a good guide. That's on my list. That's got great color photos and a great explanation of what things are. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so I had mentioned over the winter time, went to France. Chris and I also drove down to North Carolina for Dig Stock, which was an adventure. I had Becca, my wife, and I drove to Virginia Beach when we graduated college with MapQuest directions, printed directions. I don't know how we made it there and back. But other than that, I've never driven that far. It was like 13 hours. And I was like, "Hey, Chris, do you wanna drive to North Carolina for dig stock?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I need to be home, whatever, Wednesday or whatever for work." And I was like, "All right, well, we'll drive down a day early and we'll be there for one day of dig stock. Then we'll drive home." And that's what we did. Holy smokes. It was a lot of driving for, for that short amount of time. But we had a great time. We went to uh, Matt's home, who is one of the coordinators, one of the owners of Dig Stock events. Um, and he treated us to a crazy Southern dinner. It was delicious. He made these, I don't want to give away your secret recipe, Matt, but it was like an onion in foil that he put a whole bunch of stuff in, and it was delicious. And we had ribs, and it was delicious. And there was a bunch of awesome people there. We got to hang out with Gypsy, which is part of the Garrett folks. We got to hang out with Bo, Aqua Chigger, awesome dude. And it was just a great night. The next day, we got to go metal detecting at just a kind of a private permission that they set us up with. It's where we found all those Civil War bullets. It was a Civil War battlefield. We don't find a ton of Civil War stuff up here in Vermont. Every time I say that, everybody's like, "Well, did you know, the farthest north skirmish of the Civil War was in Vermont?" Okay, but we still don't find a whole lot of Civil War bullets in this area. So that was a blast and kind of surreal to find that stuff. And then the next day, we got to do the first day of dig stock, which was a blast. All of those historic kind of plantations and stuff. Never imagined we'd be down there doing that, but it was awesome. And then we drove home 13 hours. Rob says, Chig Army. Yeah, everybody knows. I don't have to suggest you go subscribe to Aqua Chigger, right? Everybody knows who that is. Check, check. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Am I back? Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. How long was I talking without you guys being able to hear me? Hopefully not too long. You wouldn't believe what's behind the camera right here. I've got recording interfaces. I can record like 30 channels of microphones all at the same time. 2 monitors, studio equipment, and just the most important piece that I'm using right now just decided to stop working. I just restarted it. We're back on. Yeah, I need somebody here kind of running all of this stuff while I'm while I'm talking. Thank you for everybody for bearing with me. Hope I didn't lose too many people. We still got 450 people in here watching. Raymond says, I met you at Digstock. Hey, Raymond. Nice to see you again. So I wanted to talk about a few other things, and then let's give something else away right now. Are we ready? Okay, well, let's give something else away. I have another trivia question. Chris rates 2 minutes ago. Lost your mic. Thanks, Chris. My phone was on silent, so I didn't catch that. Let's do another trivia question here. My questions are on my phone, which is how I just got distracted. Okay. So this is going to be, the prize is going to be a handcrafted leather item from my website. Either that's, a pinpointer holster or a hand shovel holster, or I carry these little booklets that you write in. That's the leather booklet for writing in. Or I have spray bottles, all that stuff over on the website. So if you answer this question correctly first, then you'll get to go pick something. This one is hopefully an easy one because it was in this week's video. Well, a week ago's video. We ready? In the video a week ago, I won a bunch of money playing a game. What was the name of the game? I have it on live chat now. So hopefully, bingo. Charles Poland is the first on my screen. Everybody's saying scratch off, scratch off, scratch off. Charles Poland or Pollen says bingo. You are the correct answer. I'm writing your name down. Email me, greenmountainmetaldetecting@gmail.com, and we'll get you something. Yes, I want to say thank you again to Scott, who I think my chat froze. Too many people commenting all at once. To Scott for setting up that bingo. I don't know if I described that clear enough in the video, but he just grabbed me and he's like, "Hey, Brad, I kind of did this bingo game. Like, do you want to play?" Sure. And he handed me a bingo card, or actually, he let me pick a bingo card out of his hand. I had a bunch of them, and he's like, just check off everything you found. I said, okay. I said, I got a bingo. And he's like, great. Here's a $20 scratch ticket. Once again, he had a bunch and he let me pick one. I picked one and I won $200. It's like, thanks, Scott. Just, it wasn't part of the event. He just did it to be a nice guy. So thank you again for doing that. And thank you, everybody, for guessing and participating. And thank you, Charles, for getting the right answer first. And I never play scratch tickets. I think I get them for like holidays. I get them for Christmas in my stocking or whatever, and I never win. I can't remember the last time I bought one. Maybe never. But yeah, $200 on a scratch ticket. Is that common? People who buy scratch tickets to win $200? Probably not, right? Otherwise, people buy them all the time, right? Definitely not common. Thank you. So a couple more things to talk about, and then we'll give away the final prize, which is, something nice. I hope the winner will think. And then we're going to wrap this up. What time is it? It's almost been an hour. I want to try to keep this one short because when they get to be like 2 hours long, not even I would want to sit through that 2 hours of just one guy talking into a camera. Steph asks, will you be going back to New York to hunt for native trade artifacts again? Well, unbelievably, I don't know if it was August or September. It was late summer. I did go again, and I haven't even published that video yet. I still have it in the queue, which I was planning on posting next week, but I don't know. I kind of want to get this gold nugget video out soon. Laura Garrison just gave me $49.99. Take your wife out to lunch. You have a great family. I love your channel. Thank you, Laura. It's very kind. Wow. Thank you. That's nuts. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. So I did go again, and we found. Are people saying no sound again? Abby says no sound. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Checkity check. People saying they hear me. Okay. Thank you, everybody. It's funny. The chat goes with all the thumbs up. So I did go and find some more native trade stuff, and it was, a lot of the same amazing stuff. Brass kettle points, another Jesuit ring, stuff that I didn't even know existed. Totally honored to go and be invited to go to a place like that. And and I have another video of that coming up, and I don't know, maybe he'll invite me again this year. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so on my short list of stuff here, I have the gold nugget, 100,000 subscribers. We did all this. France, North Carolina, the Deus II. The last two things on my little list that I wanted to cover for sure is some folks may have been noticing in the last maybe year or so, I've been having sponsored segments, like a minute and a half in my videos from companies, whether it be Revolution Race, the clothing company that I've been working with, or XP metal detectors, or even in my vlogs, I've been working with this Try Treats, like a monthly subscription box. Well, I was chatting with my friend, and he was saying that it's not his, but an organization he works with would love to have me mention or have them included in one of my videos. And I thought that this live stream would be a good time to do this. So don't turn off. It's not an ad, really. They're a nonprofit. They're not paying me to talk about this. I'm talking about this out of my love for this guy and what he does. So they gave me a blurb. It's an animal adoption agency. So I'm just going to read this. And if you feel like you want to help this adoption agency, it's cats and kittens, strays, there's a link in the description right below this stream that will it's a donation to their cause. Like I said, they're a nonprofit. I'm just going to read this real quick. So the name of them is Francis of Assisi, and they're a nonprofit donation-funded organization that has been operating in southern Vermont since the year 2000. Their volunteers rescue, rehabilitate, foster, and find homes for kittens and cats of all ages. Francis of Assisi, their efforts have expanded from southern Vermont to the Rensselaer County of New York, and as the demand for their services grows, so does the need for a facility to house and care for these animals as they make their transition to permanent homes. Francis of Assisi is accepting donations to help purchase this facility and would greatly appreciate anyone willing to contribute to help save the kittens. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because we have adopted 2 kittens from this organization in the last 2 years, and they were super easy to work with. In fact, the first one that we adopted from them, it was like during the height of COVID, and they were like great. We like met in a parking lot, and they're like, "Here's your kitten." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." We brought him home. It was super simple, and they do foster homes until the cats are old enough to adopt out. And if you are in this area, I can't recommend them enough. The second little kitten that we got, somebody found him, like it was a teeny little orange kitten. They were like found him walking down a hot highway, and somehow he got brought in and rehabilitated, and he's like the best lap cat now. I'm a cat person. We have 3 cats, love cats, and Francis of Assisi is a great organization. If you're in this area, or like I said, Rensselaer County, if you feel like you want to help out a nonprofit animal rehabilitator, there's a link in the description box below this video. I'd appreciate it. And lastly, the thing I want to talk about was the new series, but not too much because it's a secret. So since the last live stream, the fall live stream, DeGrau ended. Now, DeGrau took 2 years, which was like a year and a half longer than we hoped it would. And a lot of people lost interest by the end of it, which for good reason. It took way too long, and there was like a year-long hiatus in the middle of the series. But if you're unfamiliar with how that series ended, well, we started looking for this mythical treasure, legendary treasure. At the end of it, we decided it's probably not real. We kind of debunked where the story came from, and we said, you know what? We're kind of expecting we're going to find it. So since the very beginning, we've been planning on hiding our own treasure in the mountains of Vermont, which we did. And somebody found it in like 6 days. Ben found it, and I actually met him at Bone a few weeks ago, and it was such a brief encounter. I saw him, I shook his hand, I said, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, I'll see you later. I'm sure I'll see you around." And I never did again. I should have got a picture with him or something. He flew back out. He's from like Kansas City. He flew all the way out here. Chris has got to take off. Goodbye, Chris. Chris was in the chat for a while helping me moderate, but he's going to bed, or he's helping his kids go to bed. Bye, Chris. But anyway, so Ben found this treasure in like 6 days. It was a crazy story. If you just want to see how this DeGrau series ended, just watch that last video with the story of him finding it, because it was the perfect ending. But it took too long. We should have filmed it all first and then just kind of banged it out weekly until it was done. That being said, Eddie and I have been working on Series 2, unrelated to DeGrau, totally unrelated to DeGrau. It's a new thing. His palms are probably sweating right now because he's like, "Brad, don't say too much about it, because it's going to be a big surprise once we post, the videos weekly. We want to keep this one under wraps." But what I do want to talk about is what we've done so far, which we haven't actually started filming yet, but we have been doing so much research on this particular legend, and we have been accumulating gear. Essentially, we've been saving to buy more gear. So we have another very nice camera. We bought a whole bunch of lenses, the things that you need: tripods, extra lights, lav mics, all of the things. And we're really hoping that this is going to be bigger and better than DeGrau was. And it's like way over our heads for sure. Like there's like a 50-50 chance it's like never going to be done. But we're going to do our best. And I don't know how... we're going to be looking for a treasure. And there's going to be, if you're familiar with the Southern Vermont legends, there's something called the Bennington Triangle, which is, for some reason, a lot of people, even though they are not familiar with Vermont, particularly, the Bennington Triangle, how there's this area in the southern Vermont region where people disappear. Donna says, Brad, spit it out. So there's like a kind of a mysterious place where multiple people have just totally disappeared down there, and it's somewhat related to that. It's going to be included in the series, and it's related to the treasure. So if folks like treasure hunting and they also like kind of paranormal, maybe not necessarily paranormal, but kind of mysteries as well, crime even, you'll probably like the new series. We're very much just in the planning stages and writing stages and gear accumulating stages, but that's where we're at with it. And it's going to be something where we'll probably, like, once we get a whole bunch of stuff filmed, we'll start kind of putting out teasers, little snippets of, like, what's going on. But that's going to be it. We're not going to like post a video and then have more to film. We're going to film it all and then bang, 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 bang. And let me ask you in the chat, what are your thoughts with this day and age with streaming? Do you like to binge something, have it all there and just watch at your own pace, or do you like watching weekly? Because Eddie and I are like on two different sides with this a little bit, because a lot of people like to just binge, but I really, really enjoy one a week, because there's like all these internet communities that you can join in, that, let it kind of ruminate for a while and talk with other people what their thoughts are, and what's going to happen next. It's kind of split in the chat. People are saying binge, people are saying weekly. Seems like there's more weeklies though. People could, though, they could just wait, right? You could just, if it is weekly, you just wait until the end and then watch them all. All right, it seems like weekly. That was the plan. And cliffhangers at the end of everyone. All right, it's settled. Daily. Tucker says daily. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. All right, let's do the final giveaway, and then we'll wrap up this 100,000 subscribers stream. Man. So for this final giveaway the prize is one of my handcrafted leather and canvas duck rucksacks. I was going to say duck canvas, but this one doesn't happen to be made out of duck canvas. This is just normal green and brown canvas and leather with brass hardware. Everything on it is handmade except the hardware, the straps, everything. And all you have to do is answer a question correctly and be the first one to do it. This one has, if you've been following along with Brad Martin's backpack making, there used to be a zipper right here, which I didn't like. I made one for myself, and that was one of my least favorite things about it. So the zipper is now actually on the inside. You can see here, there's a zipper on the inside, and there's a pocket on the inside of the inside. So anyway, this is this is almost a $200 backpack that I sell on my website. So this will be the prize of the last prize of the evening. People are already answering. The question hasn't been asked. Are we ready? Leanne says, Happy Mother's Day to your wife. Thank you. She'll appreciate that. All right. Are we ready? Drum roll. Okay, I've got the chat in live mode, so it should be real time. The question is, by the way, this was changing the subject real quick. This question comes from one of my first videos. So because, 100,000 subscribers, it seemed right to make this a difficult question from the beginning. People are saying no sound again. Check, check. Muted. Really? Check, check, check. Glitching badly. Am I back? I haven't asked the question yet. Your audio is cutting out. I have sound. I can hear you. Okay. Whew. That was close. All right. I'm gonna ask the question now. You ready? From one of the answer is in one of my very first videos. In the intro of all of my videos, there is my logo spinning, and in the background is a mountain. What is the name of that mountain? Really? People can't hear me right now, of all times? Pine Mountain. No. Camel's Hump. Nope. Nope. Green Mountain. Nope. Mount Snow. Nope. I had to stop the stream and do it slow here. Nope. Sorry, everybody watching this at a later time. I'm trying to be very careful about who wins the backpack. It's not Green Mountain. Green Mountain is Vermont. Vermont is actually French. Vermont, Green Mountain. Monadnock? That's not right. Greylock. Dave Nutter says Greylock. Is that the first? I think so. It is on my chat. Dave Nutter, Greylock. I'm writing your name down, Dave. Nutter. Email me, Green Mountain Metal Detecting at Gmail, and we'll get you a backpack. Somewhat embarrassingly, can everybody hear me? It looks all my lights are going, so even the one down here, so it looks like my mic is still working. Yeah, that picture that was a still from a video of an adventure in the Berkshires. That mountain, Mount Greylock, is in Massachusetts. It's not even a Vermont mountain, but I took the photo and it was beautiful. And I lived in a house that could be in that photo at the base of Mount Greylock. I lived there for a while, and that's where I started metal detecting before I came back to Vermont, where I grew up. So yeah, the name of the mountain is Mount Greylock. Good job, Dave. I get that comment every once in a while. They say, hey, wait a minute. Aren't you a Vermont guy? Why is that mountain Mount Greylock in the beginning of your video? People recognize it. But in that video, it's at the thumbnail of the video. If you go way back, I'm explaining how I'm in the Berkshires and I'm climbing up the side of a mountain opposite Mount Greylock. I'm sorry for the glitches, everybody. I mean, it's just Wi-Fi, I guess. Winemaker says, your music's still available. It is. If you go to my website, which is gmmd.us, there's a place to listen for free there, or you can download it for a small fee. Volume. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat and talking at the same time. Volume 1 is there, available, but there's a lot of music that is not there yet. I'm working on volume 2. I think I have like 4 more songs to write before I have 20, which will then be available. But all of the songs you can listen to for free. Lindsay says, new album soon? Yes, very soon. I wrote 2 new songs like a week ago that were in the Reservoir videos. And I didn't have time this week to write another new one, but I think next week I'll have a little bit of free time, although it's supposed to be like 70 degrees every day and sunny, so I'll probably just go metal detecting every day. So yeah, there'll be volume 2 will be coming soon. But you can listen to all of the up-to-date music for free on SoundCloud. It's all there. So we'll call it there. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Did I talk about everything I wanted to? France? Yes. New series? Yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the live stream. As I mentioned in the very, very beginning, it is now my summer season of metal detecting, so I will be reliably posting not really any more vlogs, unless if I do post a vlog, it'll be like in the middle of the week, but there'll be metal detecting videos every single Friday until November, when we'll probably get reduced back down to not quite weekly again. It's just unless I do more travel to places where there isn't snow. Glenn Olson sent $5. Thanks, Glenn. Don't forget to email me about your Teespring order. And happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there. And thank you, everybody, for 100,000 subscribers. That's nuts. Never thought that would happen. So I'm just sorry. Again, people watching this at a later time, I'm just reading all of the kind words from everybody in the chat. Congrats. We love you. Thank you, everybody. So next week, what do you think? Should I do the gold nugget next week? I wasn't on the schedule. I was going to do the native trade stuff next week, but we'll do the gold nugget. I'll try to get that edited. All right, folks, have a good night. Thank you again for everything. Thank you for all the super chats. Go give Chill Bill's channel a like. Go visit Francis of Assisi's page. Go watch the stream again, and everybody I talked about, go give them some love too. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.